Let me give you guys a story time on how I almost got kidnapped, raped, and possibly killed on my way to Davido's concert in Abuja. So in this night, I was home with my friend. It was Davido's concert, but we didn't have tickets, so we didn't want to go. We're just at home looking for updates, watching people's status. And then this guy texted me that, "Where am I?" I said, "I'm home." Was like, "Do I want to come?" I'm like, "I don't have tickets," and I'm with my friend. But like, okay, he has tickets. He has extra tickets for both of us who want to come. I told my friend, "Can we go?" She said no, she's not interested. No, she said she's interested, but like it's late, so she's not interested. She doesn't want to go. It was late actually. It was like it's 11. Yeah, 11 p.m. at night. She was like, "It's late, she doesn't want to go." And then me, I didn't mind that it was late. I wanted to go. I was like, "Okay, no problem, I'm going to come." So I was so excited, I'm just going to have fun tonight. I got dressed up. I wore like a black dress, a very short black dress, and a very long blonde hair. Oh my god. I looked so beautiful. Like I was so excited. I couldn't go for this. Like I couldn't wait to be there. I wanted to go have fun. I actually never been to any Davido's concert before, so that was going to be my first one. And then I ordered my ride. The ride was taking time, but like I still waited. As it was taking time, time was still going, but I still waited. When the ride arrived, I got into the ride and I told my friend when I get there, I was going to let her know, as per safety purposes now. It was not up to 10 minutes in that ride. I think from my house to where the concert was happening was like, let's say, give or take 20 to 30 minutes, right? It was not up to 10 minutes. And then there was like a roadblock, police checkpoints now, normal. The boat ride stopped. It was like, okay, wind down your glass, what, bring your papers. They were talking to him by the side. Me, I was pressing my phone by my own side. Let him just finish and let us continue going. Before I know what was going on, the conversation with the driver was getting too long. And then I looked up and I saw that there were a lot of policemen, like with police uniform and guns and stuff. I'm like, checkpoints this late. My mind still didn't go like this was not what I thought it was. Before I knew what was happening, they're telling me the police by this side was telling me to wind down my glass. I was like, my mind didn't even go to like I was trying to wind down, it was not going down. Before I know what was going on, okay. Before I knew what was going on, they just broke the glass from my side. The glass shattered on my body, shattered on everything. That was when it just clicked on my head that no, this is not it. This is the person by the other side started beating the driver. And then this one's opened the door, they dragged my bag, collected my phone. As they were like, "I should come now, like trying to drag me." And I was putting on my seatbelt. So they couldn't drag me off the seat. And it was like just like like a struggle. Before I knew what was going on, I just received slap on my face. Hey! I just fainted. It was not a real faint. I faked faint. In my mind, I'm like, God, this cannot be happening. It's late. There was no car. Like, what did we do? I didn't know what was going on. They were trying to drag me out, but the seatbelt was still holding me in. I faked faint. I just like I fainted. Like I was like there was no life in me. They slapped me again. Slapped me again. I opened my eyes and I was like, okay. Okay. He was not able to remove my seatbelt from me. He was trying to still drag me through because then I was like, I think I was fat, yeah. So I had weight. I was still like trying to, you know how you really like, you're fainting now. I didn't, my mind, I was like, God, Jesus, this cannot happen. My life did not flash before my eyes. It was my future. I'm like, if this thing happen and if these people carry me inside this bush and they rape me and anything happened to me, I was like, I'm not going to survive it. I rather just die. They should just kill me because these men were a lot and they looked like, how were they holding guns and police uniform? And by the side, the road, where that road is by, is an express. So like there are no houses, it's bush, and just the express. So they're dragging me inside the bush, they will rape me. Only God know. I was like, God, this cannot happen. And then by that era of my life, I always used to wear like a finger rosary. So I was like clenching. I was like, God, you have to come, Jesus, you have to come. Like I'm waiting. In my mind, I'm like, nah. I still did not believe that, even as everything was happening, in my innermost heart, I did not believe that thing was going to happen. Like, I was like, something must happen. This is not how my life is going to be. I was just thinking, how will I live? How will my life be after this experience? That's how I was just what was in my mind. These people were dragging me. As I told you now, they shattered the glass, so the glass was on the floor and stuff. They were able to bring me down from the car and they were dragging me on the bottle, like the broken glass into the bush. I was still forming faint. Like, hey God. In my heart, I was like, God, when are you coming? Jesus, you have to come. I didn't know what's happening to my driver again, no. I was praying in my mind, waiting for God. This man, they thank God I was wearing tights. So I was wearing like a black tight on because my short dress were already raised up. If you see how those bottles were scratching my skin, people were dragging me into the bush. Two of them were with me. Before I knew what was happening, I've not even entered the bush. Oh. They were already like trying to put their hand inside my shorts. I'm like, hey God, this cannot happen. God, when are you coming? You have like I was just like I knew. It's not like I just knew that God cannot let that thing happen. Because if that thing should happen, my life is destroyed. That is what I was just thinking in my head. Just like that bush side, but there was like a hill. They have to raise me up before we if we enter to that place. My own, it is over for me. As they were trying to raise me up, I was still doing like I was fainting. In that faint, that was when I was imagining all these imaginations. I'm like, I cannot fight. Can I run? It's dark. I was just thinking in my head. Before I knew what was going on, I started hearing gunshot, like spray bullets up. I was thinking it was them that was shooting. Before you know, they were speaking outside. I didn't know what they were saying. They were just talking. One of them now ran away, which was remaining one. That one was still trying to put his hand inside my shorts. Can you imagine? They were still shooting like more than 20 gunshots, like bullet, like more than 50 gunshots. That was my first time hearing gunshots. God, it was insane. Spray bullets up. Before I knew, that one too left. Immediately, I just felt that one too has ran away. I just stood up from that and started running to the road. Then the men that were now shooting were like, I should lay down on the floor. I should lay down on the floor. I lay down on the floor, guys. I was shaking. My body was shaking. And they were just shooting. Everybody ran away. The car was there, everything was there, the driver was not there. They were talking to me. I think I was hearing them. I was shaking on the floor like this. The man told me, one was not like, she's in shock. I did not know what was going on. In my mind, I'm like, Jesus. I could not speak, I could not talk, I could not think. I was just there. Then they were not like, they now put me to, like, they were like, I should enter that car. Enter inside which, because I could not stand. I was in shock. I just sat down there. I sat down on the floor. They were asking me, what's going on? Where are you coming from? Where's the driver? One word I could not say. I could not speak. They were talking. They were asking me a question. They were like, she's in shock. She just carried her out the car. Then they were not able to carry me inside the car, the back seat. When I entered the back seat, there was like an old man inside the car. In my mind, I'm like, I could not even think. As long as these were the ones that were shooting, I knew that I was safe. I was just sitting down there. I looked through the window. That's when I saw the driver coming back with blood on his face and stuff. This driver ran away. They asked him where he was going to. He was not himself. I think he had a concussion on his head. So one of them, because it was like the driver, the people that were shooting, the driver, someone, then two guys at the back. So one of them at the back now had to drive with the driver in his own car. And we now continue going there. And going back to my house was shorter than going like to where we're going to. But like I couldn't speak. I didn't mind. We were talking. It was now. Like after some time, I was now calm. They're not asking me, where am I going to? I said I was going to Davido's concert. Hey, in my mind, I'm like, God, I should have just not left that house. They were like, they're SARS. They were transporting the old man. I think he was coming from Lagos or somewhere, but they were transporting him. So that's why, and I feel like maybe he was like rich and influential. So they had to like travel with SARS, or maybe he was a corrupt politician. I don't know why they were with guns and they were like securing him. So that why they had guns and stuff like that. And the man was just so calm and looking at me. Me too. I was just there lost. I did not get myself. Then we got to, I don't know if you know Abattoir. It's still in Abuja, like SARS, where SARS used to do that stuff. They got there. That's when they still should write statements. How do one want to start explaining what has happened? I could not even still comprehend it. All I know that is God that saved me. God saved me. In fact, this is even a testimony. God, I thank you. Thank you for saving me that night. I don't know how I would have done it. Like, my life would have just ended. Like, I personally said in my heart that if they kidnapped me and they raped me, in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to have a lot of diseases. I was like, people say when they have near-death experiences, their life flashed before them. Me, my future flashed before me. I'm like, what if I have HIV? I have a disease I can never cure. How will I survive? How would I be? Like, I was just thinking, who will I be after this situation? If I just could not bring myself to have that experience. Like, so I just knew, like, the way I don't think I have ever held on to my faith. Like, that has to be the spirit of faith, because I was so convinced. I was waiting. You know how you'll be like, yeah, I was waiting for God to come, and God showed up. He showed up, and he showed out. Because what is the possibility of men, armed men that actually had guns? Because if it was like normal civilians that came, they will be afraid and they will like run back. But these ones, they had guns, like they actually had ammunition. If I say, never again. No. After that experience, my life changed. I will not lie to you. I'm like, Davido's concert. Like, is this how? Is this what will I say? I was going for Davido's concert. Hey, God. Jesus Christ. They took my phone, they took everything. So I couldn't, you guys don't understand. I know as I'm speaking, like I'm speaking, you see my face, and I'm looking like this is not the situation then, no. If you see my body, my thighs, I was bleeding. But so that if you see my hair, God, Christ Jesus, God, thank you, thank you. Honestly speaking, it was God that saved me. It was nobody else. It was nothing else. Just God that. It's just everything that happened with like divine timing and divine. Like, I don't know how God did his thing, but I know that he showed up for me and he showed out for me. And I will forever be grateful to God, because Jesus Christ. Hi! Those men. The annoying part is that in my bag, they stole my bag, they stole my phone. I just got that phone. I didn't get that phone. The phone they stole was like, it was not up to 2 months I had that phone. I had like a new bottle of Elizabeth Arden perfume. It was new. They stole it. My new bag, almost everything I had was new, and they stole it. They took it. I'm so glad they took everything and they did not take my life. God, if I entered that bush, I did not know what's happening. Like, I did not know what was happening. Like, thank God I was someone very smart enough to fake that I was fainting. How will I not faint? Who will not faint in that situation? Hey, Jesus, God, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then that driver, whoever he is, I'm not going to say anything. God, I can't say anything. This is a miracle from God, so I can't say anything. I do not know how that happened. I do not know how it was planned. I do not know, but everybody should just be careful, especially this season. This